Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm just lighting a little bit of sage here. Clean out my space and clean out our space. So let me know if you're on. I'm excited to be here today. I hope you all had an amazing holiday weekend. Even though we were celebrating those that have served and lost their lives. I know it's also a big family time and time to be together. So I hope you all had an amazing weekend, and I'm excited to be able to come to a live today. So let me know that you're on. Come say hi to me. Please feel free to comment and let me know you're here. And we're just burning some sage here for a second. I just wanted to kind of clean out my energy, our space here. Hello, Corey. Welcome. So I just wanted to open this up today with just a little bit of clearing before I started today. It was interesting. I was listening to Emily Aarons this morning. Hello, Laura. Those of you who caught Emily Aarons live, if you're in her, I think she was in Mastering Ascension this morning, I think. Anyway, she was talking about abundance. And so I've had that on my mind today because this is something that I have been working on as well. And for those of you who don't know, I teach abundance. I teach classes on how to help you have a more abundant life. But I even wanted to take it a little step further, and I stopped doing my work about 30 minutes ago and I went and sat in meditation because I love to do that when I come to these lives, because how else do I know what you guys need if I don't go and take that minute to connect? So I did that earlier today, and I was told to I was just going to talk about healing, and but I was told to talk about abundance with healing and how to create abundance in our healing journey or our healing life. So that's kind of a different take. I was kind of surprised I had to kind of take a step back for a minute and see what Spirit was trying to tell me to do. But I get it, and I think it's kind of a different topic, an interesting topic. So I'm going to talk about this for a second, and we'll just see where Spirit leads me, because I'm just going to open up, and I'm just going to I did take a few notes while I was in meditation, channeling what I needed to hear. So please say hi to me if you're on. I love to talk to you. I'm excited that you're here. Happy Tuesday if you're just joining me. But I do want to talk about this healing and how to create the life that we desire and how to use the law of attraction in our healing, because those of you who know me, I kind of wrap this all up into my spiritual teachings. If you've ever done, hello Maggie, if you have ever done a session with me where you have been in group healing with me, I like to wrap up the whole abundance, bring in gratitude, talk about all of those kind of things while we're doing healing. For one, healing doesn't need to be so serious all the time. We get in this place of just being serious, and we think that it has to be a certain way, or it has to look a certain way, or it's got to be ugly. It doesn't have to be any of those things. Healing can be whatever we want it to be. We can actually make healing fun. We talk about it not always being a rose garden, because it kind of is a rose garden. It's full of thorns sometimes. But we can create this abundant world. We can create this place for us where we open up for the possibilities of what could happen during our healing process. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. It's funny, I'm getting all these downloads, I'm getting all this stuff. So I'm excited that you're here. I know if you're here, you're right where you need to be. You're right in your place. You're right where there's something here for you today. So if you showed up today, for those who are coming in, for those that are already here, there's something here for you to get. So, I want to talk about, hello, Michelle, being in this place of bringing in an openness and a willingness to follow our life plan and to bring in these places of law of attraction and all of these things that we do to create abundance in our life, and to do that in our healing life. Because abundance to me is not just about material things. Abundance in our life is not just about how much money we can make and what we can do. It is about all those things, but it's not. There's so much more to this being in a place of living an abundant life. And to me, when I'm well-rounded, when I have the abundant life that I want, which includes relationships, which includes the money side of things, which includes, health and wellness and, being on my game, being on top of my game. All of these things, to me, this is a well-rounded, and I'm sure there's more. If you have other areas, you can throw those in the comments. There's so many areas of wellness, because if we just bring in money and your relationships suck, you're still not going to be happy. You're still not going to be in a place. We need to kind of wrap it all up into all of these things, I believe, in order to feel that sense of peace. And it's not that we have to have our shit all together either. We don't. One of my goals for this year was to work on my close relationship. This was relationships with my kids. This is relationships with my husband. This has been one of my goals, as well as my abundance goals. When I sat down at the beginning of the year, this is what I set out to do, because I wanted to be well-rounded. I don't want to have just a successful business or to have amazing clients, and I want all those things too, but I also want to be happy in my family life. I want to be bringing in all of these other things all the way around. So how can we do all that? So how do we create the life that we desire? And how do we manifest our dreams? And how can we do that and wrap it all up in all of this other stuff? So there is a process to all of this. And see, this is what I did during my meditation today. For those of you who are with me, I was like, this is all I had in my meditation room. So I was taking notes in there because Spirit was giving me some really good. I just asked him what I needed to talk about today. So there is a process to all of this. Believing is the first thing to all of this. When I have people come to me to do healing, the first thing they say to me is they're not sure that this can work for them. And I'm like, hey, look, you know what? We need to open up to the possibilities, open up your heart chakra, open up these energetic systems for you, and know that you can have everything that you desire. We don't always know when it comes to healing exactly what we want. A lot of times we haven't defined that yet, but we can define that as we go on. To me, the thing that I hear with most people is I want peace. I want peace in my life. I want peace in my relationships. I want peace. I just want to feel at peace. I don't want to be worrying and in shame and fear and sadness all the time. I just want peace. And so most of the time, that's what I hear from people. So if that's what you're looking for, you know what, we can focus on that. You can have what you want, and you can have that today. That's just it. It's like, who do you want to be? You can have that right now, because you can start thinking those thoughts. You can start having those things. This is a great thing about bringing in abundance into our healing world, into our relationships, into those, because we can have those type of things now. If you want to create better relationships, you can start showing up differently now. You can start reacting differently now. You can start doing those things while you are going through this healing process. When I teach abundance classes, we talk a lot about the Be, Do, Have. If you haven't read the Be, Do, Have book, I'll just sum it up for you. It is a good book if you haven't read it, but we need to step into this place of being what we want. And that is the first step. A lot of times people think, well, I'll just wait, and when I have it, then I'll act like it. But if we want to create this abundant world for ourselves, we start out being who we want to be. And so that means we can start asking ourselves, what would that peaceful Gina act like? What would that more secure in her relationship Gina be like? What would that feel like for me? Well, I would be yelling and screaming and all quick to anger when that person walks in the room, or whatever it is for you. That's what that would feel like for me. And so when you can step into that place, start creating that place for yourself, it's going to happen. It already has. You've already done it. And so we can do that. So opening up and believing in the change, opening up to that new way of being. The other thing that I like to talk about is giving ourselves permission to see what is in front of us. And this is kind of on just be in it. Open it up to the possibilities of what this can be. A lot of times we get very narrow-minded, especially when it comes to money. I'm going to wrap money up in this too. We think that we can't ever have that, or that we've never been that way. Why would it change for us now? Or our family just doesn't have money. We just aren't those kind of people. It's not about whether or not you're those kind of people. It's what are you open to? What are you willing to open up to? What are you willing to allow in? Because that's really the true question that you want to ask. So if we wrap this up in our healing, what are you willing to allow in? Are you willing to go to this place of peace? Are you willing to try something different? Are you willing to do something different? Maybe try something you haven't ever tried before. Maybe open up to new possibilities. Just allowing yourself to go there and opening up to that is your first step. It's actually one of the second step. There we go. So the next one is releasing old beliefs. I firmly believe you will never get to where you want to be if you are still going to be the person that you are today. You're where you are today because of your belief systems. You are where you are today because those were perfect for you back then. But the reason that you're questioning is because it's time to do something different. And I see this a lot in healing. People will come to me and say, why am I suddenly like questioning why I'm here? Or what is my purpose? Or is this all there is for me? Because if this is, I don't want to do this anymore. And I remember thinking that same thing for myself back in the very, very, very beginning, when I first started this, it was like, if this is all there is, I don't want to do this anymore. And it wasn't that I didn't want to be here. It was me searching, going out there, knowing that there had to be something better for me. That there was a reason that I was questioning. There was a reason that I was asking all these questions. There was a reason that I was searching for something different. And that right there is the very beginning. And this is where we start questioning everything. And you absolutely 100% should question everything in your life. Down to our beliefs, down to the way we see things, down to our understandings. For me, those of you who know my story, I left the religion that I had been raised in because I questioned it. 5 years I went through questioning. I read everything I could. I did everything that I even decided, well, I'll just live it to the fullest and I'll just do it. And the more that I did that, the more I realized that I couldn't do that anymore and not honor myself in that place. And so when we start questioning, that is when you are open to understanding, because we shouldn't just take people at face value. You shouldn't even take me at face value. You should take what I say and kind of mull that over and see how it fits for you. I tell people all the time, take what you can use and throw it in your toolbox and leave the rest behind. Because sometimes we can't always, it's not all or nothing. It never should be. We should question, we should ask ourselves, how does that feel for me? How does that work in with what I'm doing? How does that feel right to me? I ask people that a lot in my session. How does that feel when I say that to you? And the reason that I do that is, for one, I want you to tap into that. We need to start really assessing ourselves and where are we at with this? How does it feel? What is it? Where does that sit well with me? Does that feel like my truth? Because that's the real question. Does it feel like your truth? Because what may be my truth may not be your truth. I work with lots of people who are still in their religion. I don't care. For me, it wasn't my truth. For them, it speaks to them. It still works for them. Fantastic. And we all have that opportunity to choose that. But it's questioning our beliefs, letting go of what isn't working for us. If that means working with someone and letting them help you do that, freaking fantastic. If that means that we can just do some of that on our own, because we can change our own belief systems. I've done that for years using mantras. For a long time, I've told this story before, but it's been long. Whenever I travel, it makes me really nervous, especially when we're traveling, because my husband and I love to travel and we travel all over. We do international traveling and local, and in the States. So, but I used to tell myself all the time, we will have everything that we need before we even know that we need it. And do you know that there have been times when I never purchased a bottle of water? There have been times when I didn't have to ask for anything. I was handed my breakfast. I was handed my lunch. I was handed water, toothbrushes, like you name it, like it's just there. And so when we put that out there, and using those mantras for me have been huge in my life, we can change our belief systems by doing those. Like I said, I'll have everything that I need before I even know that I need it. The other one that I use a lot, if I'm feeling really like unsure and not sure what's going on, that the universe has my back always, and it will provide everything that I need. And just saying that over and over, whenever I start feeling myself and that fear creep in, I will go back to my mantras that I've always known. I have them memorized, just like what I just told you. I have my go-tos. And you can find some that work for you to help you work through those belief systems. For me in the beginning, that's how I did it. Now I understand that I can go do it a whole lot quicker with energy healing, but you can totally start in this place of using mantras. Anybody that's on with me today, do you guys use mantras? I always think it's interesting. Some people are like, yeah, they're full of shit. Other people, so where are you with mantras? Does anybody use mantras that's out there? Because I would love to hear. If Michelle's still on, she probably does, because we kind of live in the same world. So let me know where you're at with that, because I would love to hear. So the next thing I want to talk about is letting go of fear and telling your ego to shut up. Maggie says, I enjoy mine. Yeah, positive affirmations are help. Yeah, and say something before we go to bed. Absolutely. Just giving your mind that opportunity to think something different. I used to do a lot of, I love showing people how much control they have over their mind. Yeah, when my unconscious is open. I love that, Michelle. Yeah, that is the best time to do that. She has a point there. Nighttime, right before you're going to sleep, in that little woo-woo time, and those morning waking hours are the best time to do this stuff. Yeah. Maggie's saying Ursula's loud, telling her to shut up is big. Yeah, we'll talk about ego again here in just a second. Absolutely. Maggie and I were on together this morning, so we were talking about Ursula. But anyway, yeah, going to those mantras, using those early morning hours. This is also where I do my gratitude practice. Right when I wake up, I tend to wake up very early, but I don't usually get out of bed until later. During that time is when I will start to do I call it kind of my mind control. And I will go to those places of gratitude. I will go to those places of love. I will remind myself everything that I have, open up to the possibilities of what I can have. This is where I connect with my soulmate clients. This is where I do all of those type of things. So yeah, just like Michelle's saying, when the unconscious is open, this is a really good time to do it. But you can also do it during the day, but I think it's quicker doing it in those hours. So back to letting go of fear and telling the ego to shut the hell up. Sometimes she gets really loud. Ego is always loud. Ego is rude sometimes. Ego gets in our way. So if we can learn when that voice is coming in for us, when we start feeling sorry for ourselves, when we start telling ourselves that we're not enough, when we start telling ourselves that we'll never be enough, we're never going to have what we want, blah, blah, blah. This is all ego. And ego is loud, and ego likes to be in charge, and ego shouldn't be in charge. Part of this process of healing is learning to shut that voice up, because she can bring us down or she can build us up. And we have allowed her to not build us up for a lot of years. So it's time to teach her how to do that again. And to me, anytime that I go to feeling sorry for myself, and I'm just going to add in a little memo here. Sometimes we need to feel sorry for ourselves for a little bit and then jump out of that and do something different, not staying there in this place of, oh my gosh, poor freaking me. My life sucks and I'll never be enough. There's nothing wrong with going there for a little bit. Sometimes I give myself permission to stay there for a minute, but then I really try hard to just bounce right back out of it and tell her to shut up, that it's time to move forward, that I need her help in other ways and not this way. A lot of times I have learned over the years that if I will throw my ego an energetic ladder, now this sounds crazy, but it works for me. It's worked for me for a long time. I will actually throw my ego a ladder and invite her to come join me on my new level. Ego's going to come in anytime that you want to grow. Ego is just going to come in. She's just going to be loud. Anytime you want to make changes, anytime you want to do anything, ego is going to come in. So if you can throw her a ladder, and I do this in my mind, I'm not really throwing her, I'm not getting out my 8-foot ladder and throwing it down to her. I am doing this in my mind. I invite her to come and join me on my new energetic level. And when I do that, in my experience, it shuts her up. Because what she's really afraid of is what's going to happen when you change. But if you invite her to come and join you, she's suddenly right on your level again. And things will calm down and you'll be able to work with her in a different. It's not that it's fine to tell her to shut up all the time, but sometimes it doesn't always work. So giving her that energetic connection with you a lot of times seems to be enough. I know, Michelle, isn't it? When I did all of my mediumship training, we learned so much about ego, and I had to spend a lot of time with my ego, because when we're doing this type of healing work, there are things that I need ego for, but I don't need her in my work, period. End of story. Done, done, done. It's not even up for debate. And so as we give her these opportunities to grow with us, because she is part of our existence here. To me, I don't think we're ever going to get rid of ego. She's going to get quieter. At least that's the plan. And mine has, for the most part. There's still times when she creeps in. She gets scared. She's here to save you. She's here to keep you safe. And so when we start making massive changes and growth and doing our healing work, she's going to come in. But if we can give her ways to come and join us on our new level, it usually shuts things up for us. So it might be something that you want to try. Has anybody ever done anything like that? This is just something that I have learned over the years. This is something that I have, and I use it a lot in my healing. If we're doing a lot of ego work, we definitely do some work with her and throw her a ladder and let her come and join us on our new energetic level. So try it. If you haven't ever tried it, give it a try. Give it a shout out. It has worked well for me over the years. So I've probably been, the last 5 years, I would say, giving ego a ladder. And it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, bring her up to your level, invite her to come and join you, and it will make a world of difference for you. So the next one that I wanted to talk about was open up to trust, and learning to trust the universe again. A lot of times we've been taught that this world is a bad place, or that things just always happen that are terrible to us. Or, we don't see this world as the gift that it is. If you're watching the news right now, I don't care what side you're on, the world doesn't seem very pretty sometimes. But if we can remember that truly this world is a gift to us, it is an opportunity for us, and you came here to learn and to grow. And for me, I have this unwavering trust in my guides and my spirit team. I trust them 100%. Now, this is because of the work that I have done. I didn't used to be there, but now I know that there is nothing that they're going to bring me. There is nothing that I'm going to go through that one I didn't already sign up for. There's your cue right there. I already signed up for that shit. And I already knew that it was coming, and it was part of my experience here. And that is the other thing, that it is just an experience for me. And there is nothing that when you step out of the emotional tie, which is not always easy to do. For me, I stay there for a while. Michelle knows this. I have to stay there for a minute and deal with it. And then I'm finally able to step out of the emotional ties, know what I need to get from it, and then try my best to do the healing from it, because that's why it's put in my path, is for me to heal. There's not one thing that you're going to go through in this life that you didn't sign up for, because there are no mistakes. Yeah, Michelle's like, yep, baby, there are no mistakes, and you already signed up for this shit. So what are you going to get from it? What do you need to understand? What do you need to heal from each and everything that comes to you in your path? Maybe it's letting go of expectations. I know I've had a huge lesson on this recently, and letting go of the expectations that I thought my life was going to be, because guess what? You don't know where it's freaking going. And it's letting go of that and understanding that, one, everybody has the right to make choices. Sometimes that includes you. Sometimes that means things are going to be hard for you too, but what can you get from it? What can you learn from it, and what can you do with it? And if we can turn things around and look at them in a different light, instead of, oh, poor me and my life's such shit and it's never going to change. Because if that's the energy you're going to put out there, just like in abundance, that's what you're going to get back. But if you can look at it as, okay, you know what? There's something here for me to get. This hurts. This sucks. But how can I heal? What is it that I need to understand? I just recently went through some big, deep stuff, and I'm still kind of in the middle of it. But that was my question. After I got through the hurt, after I got through those things, and those of you, Michelle Thomas is on here. She was the one that helped me work through a lot of that stuff. Then I was able to finally step back and go, okay, so what is it that I need to understand? Now, I will be honest with you today. I don't know the full complexity of what I need to understand. What I do know is that I'm here for a reason, that I have a purpose in all of this, and that I need to just keep working through it and doing the very best that I can do. Other people can make their decisions. They're going to do what they want to do. I need to do my own work so that I'm able to step up to the plate and do what I need to do in every situation, no matter big or small, whatever it is. So a lot of times we want to blame people for causing us so much heartache and all this. It's not about that. You're here to have an experience. You're here to learn. And you signed up for all the shit that you're going to learn. So what are you going to do with it? How are you going to approach it? Because if you approach everything as poor me and my life sucks, you're going to have a rough time. You're not here, even in the abundance world, it's not meant to be roses all the time. Sometimes there's going to be heartache along the way. It doesn't have to be this big heart-wrenching thing, because it depends on our opinion of it and how we see it and what we're going to do with it. So just stepping into this place of trust. I know that my guides have got my back. Yep, getting out of this victimhood, Michelle says. Because we can sit and feel sorry for ourselves, or you can go do something about it. And I know that my guides have my back. They have showed me time and time and time again, and that they have my back and that they are watching over me. And I know that no matter what comes my way, they will continue to watch over me. I know, like nobody's business, that my time isn't ended here. So I'm not even worried about that. I got lots of time. I got lots of things to do, because that's what I know and feel in my heart. So I can step out of that and not worry about that. I can go to this place of, you know what, I have things to do. I'm going to work through it, and I'll do the very best that I can. It's not even about perfection. You know, we can always look back and go, wow, I shouldn't have overreacted, or I shouldn't have done that. It's not about any of that. It's just stepping into this place of understanding and knowing. Carrie says, wow, the universe and God threw me into this life for a reason. Yeah, you're here for a reason, Carrie. You know, it's trusting in this place, trusting that the universe does have our back. I can't even, like, your guides, your team, your people all have your back. There's no coincidences. There are no just happenstance, like you just got thrown into that. Nope. You signed up for it. It's time for you to heal from it. What are you going to do about it? If I have people come to me, I love this victimhood, and I'm being drawn back to Michelle. Thank you for your comment. If I have people that come to me, this is when I know they're not ready to heal, because one of the first major things in healing is stepping out of your victim role and understanding that you're not a victim in this world. And you can go around and you can blame your parents and you can blame everybody for the shitty life that you've been given. Or you can choose to step forward. It doesn't make your life, it doesn't mean that nobody's wronged you. It doesn't mean that you have had this perfect life and you don't have a story. It doesn't mean any of that. It means that you choose to empower yourself to get the healing and do the work that you need to do. That's what that is all about. And we can choose to step in that place. We can choose to step forward, or you can choose to stay in this place of ego and allow yourself to feel sorry for yourself and waste your time away, basically. Because to me, when I see people in that mode, that's when they're wasting their time. That's when they think that they have no power, and that is not true. Because each and every one of us have the power to get ourselves out of that mindset and to move forward in a different way. It's what we choose to do with it. So I want to be very clear on that. I've been working on, I'm opening up a membership, a healing membership actually. And one of the videos in the very beginning of it is taking responsibility for your life. And you're an adult now, and it's time to take responsibility for yourself. It's time to step up to the plate and realize that, so what, your parents did a shitty job. All parents did a shitty job. Newsflash, like, I'm a parent to 4 adult kids now. None of them think I did a great job. And it's okay, because you know what? I wasn't perfect at it. I didn't do everything that each one of my kids needed, because they're all different. And they're all asking for different things. They all see things different way. They all have a different perception. You can line, and maybe you've done this if you have siblings. We can talk about a specific thing that happened while we were growing up, and all of the siblings have a different understanding of how that went down. That's always amazing to me, but yet it's beautiful at the same time because we all perceive things differently and see things in a different light. So, stepping out of this, my life sucks, and stepping into, oh my gosh, I have so many possibilities. What am I going to do with this? Who do I need to be? Who do I need to show up? And empowering yourself to step out of your victimhood. I can't even stress that enough. And you can do this. You can do this just like what we've been talking about, working with your ego, changing your mindset, spending some time in gratitude, doing the things that you need to do to empower yourself to build yourself up so that you can live the type of life that you desire. So, does anybody have any questions? Oh, and the last one is know that it's yours to have. You all came here for a reason. You all deserve to have peace each and every day in your life. No matter what shitstorm's going on in your life, you can live in that state of constant peace. And I want to show you that here in just a minute, because those of you that have stayed, you get a special treat today. I sound like the teacher, you get a popsicle today. There is a reason for everything. So knowing that it is yours to have, your guides want you to live this amazing, abundant, healed life. The universe does, God, whatever, however you perceive it, and so does your soul. And this is why I believe we start asking questions. We start seeking out things in our life that can help us, because our soul knows there's something better. Just because we come into this human existence and we accept the ego, and we accept all these things and get these belief systems, our soul knows there's something better for you. Our soul actually sees it, feels it, hears it, knows it, desires it. And as I'm saying this to you, I'm getting all the goosey bumpies inside, because our souls know that there's so much more out there for you guys, for each and every one of you. And everyone deserves to have that place of peace. Everyone deserves to have that place of love, that compassion, that ease in their life, so that it doesn't feel heavy all the time, because life does not have to feel heavy. Life does not have to feel like the whole world's crashing down on us all the time. Are there times when we go through that? Yes. But it's working through that and understanding, you know what, this is just an experience. That is it. It is totally just an experience for me to have. There's something for me here for me to learn. There's something here for my family to learn sometimes. There's all these things, but really it's just about the experience. And it's about stepping in that place of being open and trusting. So for those of you who are still on, I want you to just take a minute, because I want you to feel this peace just for a second. And those of you who know, I'm all about healing. So I want you to just take a minute, and I want you to just close your eyes, and I just want you to put your hand on your heart. And I want you to take a deep breath, because there's lots of energy in here. And I want you to just take a minute and just relax. And I want you to allow your mind to stop. And it will stop. It will do it. Because what we're going to do is open up your crown chakra. And I want to channel in this perfect divine love. And I want you to just allow it. Don't be afraid of it. It's beautiful. It's amazing. You're all open to this beautiful channeled white healing light. And I want you to just allow it to come in down through your crown. And allow it to come down in through your entire system. And I want you to see it like chocolate, just coating everything, bringing this sweet essence. I'm just seeing when you go to big events and they have the little strawberry chocolate machine, and it just covers everything, and it's so yummy. Let that just come in, and let that sweet essence, you can even smell it if you want to. I don't know why chocolate came in, but this is what my guides are showing me. And just allow that to come completely in through your body. And if you think about that chocolate and what it feels like and what it tastes like, and even just looking at it just brings a sense of peace to you. Just allow that to settle in your body. If you don't like chocolate, go back to the white light. And just allow that peace to come in. Allow this peace. Allow this channeled healing to come in and to quiet your mind and to heal your heart. And you don't need to name it. You don't need to even think. I want you to just feel inside of your heart space. And I want you to let go of anything today that does not line up with those peaceful feelings. Just release it. Any of those heartaches, any of those concerns that you have about life, any of those worries that you have about life, anything where you're uncertain, where you just can't find your peace, just let it go. Because the how is not for you to figure out. This peace is what you can live in every day, no matter what shitstorm's going on in your life. So just allow that peace to come in. Release everything that does not line up with that. Let it all go. Your guides have your back. Your guides will take care of it. They will lead you. They will guide you. You will know the exact thing to do at the exact time. So just let it all go. You don't need to fix it. I feel a lot of you like fighting it, but we have all, now just let it all go. It's kind of like the dishes in your sink. They're not going anywhere. And just allow this sweet essence to come in and completely heal your heart, completely heal your mind. And I want you to just sit here for a minute in this place of complete peace. Releasing anything that is not in complete alignment with this peace. And just letting it go. Knowing that you're in a safe place. Knowing that the universe has your back. And bringing in that peace of knowing that you are well taken care of all the time. And that you will have exactly what you need when you desire it, when you want it. Not only will you have what you need, but you will have what you desire in life. Because this is the plan. This is the design. And let go of all those heartaches. And I want you to just sit in this peace for a moment. I want you to listen to your heartbeat. And bring in that gratitude for being able to live here in the physical world, to have this experience. Bring in that gratitude and love for people around you, for those people who have supported you in your life. Bring in forgiveness for those who have hurt you along the way. And allow yourself to freely let go of that, knowing that it's not about them, it's about you keeping this peace in your heart. Just let it go. Bringing in more love, more compassion for yourself, more love for you and your situation. Knowing that you're right where you need to be. Knowing that you will have everything that you need and everything that your desires, everything that you want. It's all yours. In all levels of abundance. Go ahead and take another big deep breath. And let it go. I want you to feel this right here. Feel what it feels like. Feel that peace. Feel that contentment. Feel that healing that just took place. And know that you can come back to this place anytime. All you have to do is ask for it. Good. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to this place. Hopefully feeling a little more clear-headed. Knowing that you're right where you need to be. And let me know how you're doing. I would love to hear in the comments. Do you feel more peaceful? Do you feel more like you can handle your day? Whatever's going on, whatever craziness is going on. I just had a thought as I said that. We can create the kind of days that we want. Michelle, how'd you know about my dishes? Because I'm freaking psychic, man. Duh. No. I'm feeling buzzy. Awesome. Yeah, we can create the kind of day that we want. We can create our outcome. In the Be Do Have book, he talks about creating the space for ourselves that we want and doing it the night before. So actually like walking through our next day, spending time, how do I want it to look like? What do I want it to feel like? You know, are you just going to let the day happen to you, or are you going to start creating those days for yourself? Because that is the real question here. What are you willing to do? Who are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up yourself today in order to have that peace every moment? Because you can have that. You can absolutely have that peace. And life isn't always going to be roses, but you know what? You can come back to this place. You can be this. You can have it right now, every moment of every day, no matter what is going on in your life. And as we start going through the process and doing our healing work, this becomes easier and easier, and it gets to be more of an everyday thing for us. Trish, you're very welcome. So, you know, think about this when you having a rough day, or when shit's just not working out, when things just aren't lining up. You can have this peace no matter what. It doesn't matter what's going on in your outside world. What matters is what's going on in here. That's what matters. So I'm going to leave that message with you today. I hope this resonated with you. You're going to thank my guides and my freaking sticky notes today for your live. They all know what's best, and I think they did a great job today. So know that I love each and every one of you. I would love to be part of your healing. If you're ready to take the plunge, I would freaking be to the moon and back if you're ready to do the hard work. So, and it's not even about hard work. I shouldn't say it like that. It's just about becoming who you've always been and giving yourself the opportunity to open up to those new possibilities for you, those new ways of being, and finding more peace in our life every minute of every hour of every day. So for those of you who don't know, we also launched my abundance meditation just this last week. So you can get it at ginastroll.com/abundance. It's free. It's all inside of there. You can go listen to it as many times as you like. I would encourage you to listen to it more than once. So you can get that on my website as well. Go check it out. See what you think. So we have gotten lots of good feedback from this meditation, and really it's about bringing in abundance in all areas of your life. So I wish you all well today. I thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of my world, and we'll talk to you all very soon.